Hi, I'm Yogesh here. I'm going to talk on confidentiality. Confidentiality is one of the principles of information security. What confidentiality is? It says that only authorized user should have access to the information and unauthorized user should not have access to the information. So we'll take one scenario using that I'm trying to clear concepts about the confidentiality. Suppose I am working in a HR department and I am preparing a salary statement. My organization has classified salary statement document as a confidential document and I am preparing it. So as I am preparing the document, so I become a maker of the document. Being a maker of the document, I need to have read access as well as I need to have write access to prepare salary statement document. Once document is ready, then it should be checked by another user. And that is a practice in every organization. So my manager is checking my salary statement document, which is prepared by me, where I am a maker. Here manager is a checker. So checker should have only read access, but not write access. So maker has read and write access and checker has only read access. This is called as list privilege access. This achieves confidentiality of the document as well as it creates accountability also. My organization is having one another requirement. Now what is that requirement? It says that salary statement should be accessed in a daytime. So access to the manager would be given in a daytime. This is possible through access control policy of the organization. This principle is known as need to know basis privilege. Another example I can give here is HR person will have access to the HR documents but not to the marketing documents. Marketing person should not have access to the HR documents, accounts document. Production person should not have access to the accounts document. So that is basically need to know privilege access. If I want to add additional confidentiality to my document, so what I can do, I can protect my salary statement document with the complex password. So what is complex password? For example, minimum size of the password is 8 characters. My password should have one uppercase character, minimum one lowercase character, minimum one special character, as well as minimum one digit in a password. So this password is a complex password and this is possible through password policy. Here in this scenario, we have achieved confidentiality with the help of administrative control. The salary document is classified as confidential document. So we need to have information classification policy in place. Maker has read and write access to the document, whereas checker has only read access. This can be achieved through list privilege access, which is a part of access control policy. Here we have put time restriction, that is need to know basis privilege to access the document. This is also possible through access control policy. As well as I have shared another example, that is HR person should not have access to the marketing as well as production person should not have access to the accounts document. All above controls which we have discussed here are administrative controls. It can be implemented with the help of Information security policy. Information security policy is a critical document. It comprises number of sub-policies like asset management policy, password policy, access control policy, acceptable usage policy, incident response policy, email security policy, etc. Along with this, we can achieve confidentiality with the help of technical controls as well. And it is possible through data encryption. Encryption is one kind of technical control which can be implemented and which gives confidentiality with great extent. So, what can be done with salary statement document in this case? So, it can be encrypted. By origin, salary statement is a clear text document. So, to achieve confidentiality, it can be encrypted using some mathematical algorithms, and its key. It gives assurance that document can be read by only authorized user only, that is manager in this case. The user who has created a document and encrypted it using private key. So after the encryption, document is not readable by human being. It is as good as garbage. The contents are converted into garbage or funny characters with the help of private key. Every private key has corresponding public key. So private key encrypts data and public key decrypts data. So public key would be shared with the manager with different using different channel. Then the manager would open that document using the given public key. So it is unlocking the lock. So public key decrypts the document and it becomes a normal plain text document which is in the readable format and manager can check the salary statement. This is known as confidentiality using encryption. Nowadays, most of the organizations are using IT gadgets. It comprises computers, laptops, mobiles, and all these devices can process data and information with the great extent. So the data may be in a static state, that is, data is on the secondary devices like hard disk, pen drive, or USB drive. So secondary devices can be encrypted using BitLocker utility. When your disk is encrypted, then your data is in safe. Even though that gadget is lost, but data is in safe manner. Another form of data in IT gadget is data in transit. That is, data is on network channels. So here, it can be encrypted using certificates. For example, domain-specific certificates, wildcard certificates. Here, the communication happens with the help of HTTPS protocol and its certificates. So your browser has get installed the certificates related with that domain. So your data goes on the wire with encryption. So that data is a meaningless data for the unauthorized user, like hacker. The data processing happens in CPU as well. So here in IT gadget, data is processed with the help of CPU. Here it uses a random access memory. So information encryption and decryption happens here as well. So it can be done with the help of device like HSM. So in a brief, what is confidentiality? Confidentiality is one of the principles of information security, which says that information should be accessed by only authorized person or a system. The unauthorized access is treated as breach of confidentiality. Every organization needs to maintain confidentiality of the information. Rather, it is a requirement of the stakeholders. The stakeholders are top management, middle management, operational management, as well as employee, customers, suppliers, government, and etc. So every organization prepare information security policy as well as information classification is done. The information can be classified as public information, internal information, confidential information, secret information, as well as proprietary information. We'll have example on this. What is public information? Public information is your domain name as well as your public IP, which is given by ISP. What is internal information? Internal information is your private IPs used in your organization. What is confidential information? Confidential information is your network segmentation and its vigilance as well as access controls which you have put on security devices. What is secret information? Secret information is always generally happens at the top level. So it can be merger and acquisition of new business, introduction of new products, as well as removal of the products. When secret information is disclosed, then that information becomes a public information. Another information type, that is a proprietary information. It is your trade secret, that is modus operandi of the organization to run the business. Once the information classification is done, then accesses are given by using least privilege principle, that is only required accesses are given, not all accesses are given to all users. The accesses are granted to the user based on their profile. Another principle is access to the information is given on the basis of need to know privileges. That is, HR person or HR user should have access to the HR document only, but not to the marketing data and information. Vice versa. Production user should not have access to the accounts, as well as accounts user should not have access to the production. I hope that this might have cleared your concepts. Reference to confidentiality. In the next part, we would discuss on the data integrity and availability, which are another pillars of information security. Thank you.